there, Sir from 17 once again, introducing you to my Ghost Recon Future Soldier Elite Difficulty video walkthrough. This is the mission entitled Gallant Thief, and this is where things get a little bit more interesting if you choose the combat option, which I'm about to do. And one thing I will say here is, a couple people might not think that this is on Elite because you're not going to see me getting shot that much, but I can assure you when I did get shot, it hurt a lot. So just be extremely tentative. I use the cover to the best of my ability, and distance is always going to help you in games like this because the damage up close is so lethal on the harder difficulties that you don't survive it, but at a distance you can take 1 or 2 shots, recover, and then, you know, give some back. And that is what you're going to be doing for these next few rooms. I'm going to be using a path through this area that I used the first time through I recorded this, but unfortunately those videos got deleted because I believed I'd already uploaded them when I hadn't. So I do apologise for anybody that needed these earlier. All this is really is, you know, this is a formality of making sure the guide's complete. This video probably will not get too much exposure as far as a necessity to be needed, but it's still cool because, you know, I don't exactly let easy games stop me from creating guides to them. My only real limitation is time and sanity, and Resident Evil 6 suffered from both of those, and that's why I've not done Chris's or Jake's campaigns. But as I've mentioned, I can always go back and do them, but I probably won't. As far as the future, the November is quite stacked, but luckily enough I've already got one of the major projects out of the way, which was Halo, and I was able to do it extremely quickly. And I am tempted to do some Spartan Ops gameplay, but if I'm completely honest guys, that mode is fucking boring. And I don't want to judge it by the first episode, but if the rest of the episodes are as, you know, unimaginative as these, I kind of really miss Firefight because it's just not, you know, it's just not scratching that itch for extra Halo content. The missions are very lacking in my opinion, and I'm going to try and get some multiplayer gameplays when I get on. The only problem I'm going to be facing is Black Ops 2 comes out tomorrow, so when I do get onto Halo, the buttons are going to be fucking me because I'm going to be back in Call of Duty mode, and regardless to say, it's going to be a pretty funny event when I do put some gameplays up, because like I play really recklessly and pretty much like a retard when I play Halo Online, but I do have pretty good gun skill, so I do accommodate for that, and, you know, it should entertain people. But the third project in this month is Hitman Absolution, I believe it's called. A lot of people have been asking me if I'm doing that game, and I'm a massive Hitman fan. I'm not too sure how long it'll take because I don't know how difficult the missions are just yet, but figuring out Hitman can take quite a while, and I'm going to be starting on the hardest difficulties where it doesn't tell you the hints or the tips or the things you can do, so everything I figure out will literally have to be off my own back and off my own effort. I will not be watching any videos. It will literally all be my own, you know, intuition throughout the hints and the tips that I see from the AI patterns and conversations. And I'm hoping that I'm at a level with Hitman that I'll be able to figure them out pretty quickly and get the guide to you extremely quickly. But the guide is going to be the hardest difficulty with Silent Assassin ranks, and Silent Assassin ranks on these games is the highest of the high. It generally means you have to do a perfect run of the level, and I do believe that the hardest difficulty will take out all checkpoints and all save points. So if you fuck them up, which you generally do early on in a Hitman game, you know, ad nauseum, it might take a while. But the guide is definitely coming, and I'm really excited for it, and I hope it's going to do, you know, some considerable justice on my channel, because if I can get it up fast, there won't be that much on YouTube just yet of people doing what I'm doing, unless, you know, there's other people like myself doing it, and a lot of them probably won't have commentary. They'll be extremely good players, but maybe they won't have good, you know, quality. Who knows? It's, you know, it's the zoo that is YouTube. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. And the final project of this month is Zone of the Enders 2, which is going to be from the High Definition collection. And once again, if I can play that game and it doesn't frustrate me because apparently it plays better on the PlayStation 2, I will do a lot of content from that because I do enjoy it. But if it doesn't, I might just do a balls deep or just do a couple of boss fights or something like that. Who knows? It all depends on exterior factors, because I'm at the point now where I kind of really need a job. even if it's a shit thing to try and get some money in, which really sucks because I was hoping to come, you know, away from graduating and go into a position that was something I could enjoy, and it's looking like that is highly unlikely. And as much as I would like to make this my job, I simply do not have enough, you know, gravitas on YouTube to pull in the kind of votes I need, or the kind of views, should I say, votes. It's not like I'm some kind of political leader or anything. So I've just got to get realistic, and it sucks, but what can you do, folks? You have to live, you have to eat. But that's pretty much November covered. There are other titles coming out, there are other projects that I've got planned. I have a very interesting idea for a series that could work. It's going to be called Lost in Translation, and it's going to be an excuse to throw around pictures of Bill Murray, which is always a good thing. Be careful when you come up this ramp, there's always one guy in this building, and that is just mesh netting. That it's not glass, it's not, you know, the special medical ward glass where it's wire inside the fabric itself, inside the fabric of the glass. But I got spotted by him anyhow, and that's the reason I died, because he kind of two-shot me, so just be careful. And like I say, if you've killed as many folk as I have, when you get to this point, there should only be 1 or 2 guards left, and then you should have a clear run with the President to get straight back to the elevator. It just makes the section so much quicker, guys, it really does. But yeah, Lost in Translation, and what it's going to be is, I have a Japanese account on my Xbox, and there is a lot of games that get released in Japan that can only really work in Japan, and we're going to find out exactly why when we do this series. And what it's going to be is, I'm going to download demos of games that are notoriously Japanese looking, and then I'm going to play them with live commentary, and we're going to try and figure them out together type deal. So I will be seeing what the madness is. It'll all be generally Japanese text. I'll have no idea what's going on. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to do, and hopefully it'll be pretty funny, and it'll be a change of pace to the more serious guides and to the more, you know, focused commentaries that I do. And I did a little dry run at Lummy's house the other day, one of the guys from the podcast, and it went down quite well. We were sleep deprived, and towards the end of it the demo went on for far too long, so I generally might do a little bit of editing to stop it from getting tedious. But for the most, I think it's going to be a fun series and a fun idea, on top of the other things that I do have planned. Because, you know, I've got so many different things ticking around in my head, it's just trying to get them to work. One thing that I am going to do, which I said I'd do for Black Ops, but Black Ops kind of didn't work that way, and it was awkward to set it up, is I'm going to be making Machinima-esque, and that's not, you know, the company on YouTube that makes YouTube videos. I literally mean the definition of Machinima, which is, you know, game engine films. I'm going to be making shorts akin to, you could say red and blue type deal, but what they're going to be is, I'm going to be writing little scripts and using theatre mode to reenact these moments, and I'm going to edit them together into something hopefully that's quite funny, it's quite silly, it's quite cool, and if it goes down well on my channel, I'll continue to make more of them. But as it stands, the setup is going to be 2 guys, a sniper and a spotter. One of them is going to be, you know, all business, the other one is probably going to either be Scouse or some other accent that I can put on quite sillily, and he's going to be completely incompetent, and it's just literally going to be Ren and Stimpy in Call of Duty type deal, with some witty, silly banter. And I might even get a couple of friends in to do some, you know, to do some guest voices and try and make some series out of it, because it's a good idea, but it's difficult to do, and I don't know how flexible, you know, some of the things are. Because getting into theatre mode to get really specific things can be difficult unless you can do it in private match. So I'm hoping that the evolution of theatre mode in Black Ops 2 is going to allow me to do much more ambitious things. Because I have a lot of little skits and scenarios that I would like to do, and hopefully with the new tech I'll be able to do those. But this section here, guys, the President's going to go up against that wall. I sit behind this box here, and I actually get a little bit unlucky at this moment, because someone throws a smoke grenade and I can't see anything. It might be a flare, actually, and it completely blinds me. And what's going to happen is, people are going to rush up this hill and try and kill you. And if you sit behind this box, they seem to run all the way up to you, but they don't kill you. It's almost like the programming doesn't know how to deal with you when you're on this box. And they ignore the President for the most, every time I've tried this. and they'll just come for you, but you need to check both sides, left and right, because if you watch, I get snuck up on by a guy. Thankfully, the AI doesn't know how to deal with me, and he doesn't one-shot me. But, you see what I mean? They almost don't know you're there. It's kind of weird. It's almost like the path is directly to this spot that I'm stood in, and I'm somehow breaking the logic of the script. Not too sure. But you see, that's a guy. That is a dude. He got a shot off. It didn't kill me somehow. Very lucky. Really strange, but this does work. You just need to make sure you check both left and right, just in case they get sneaky on you. Like that guy did, because I've never had anybody come up that full-on left-hand side like he did. And that guy. So, just be real careful. And what will happen is, the evac chopper's going to pull up, and you're going to see something on your hood next to the president that tells you to get the fuck out of Dodge. When that happens, run to the president, and you've done the level. But before that, just stay here, stay safe, don't even mess around. You don't need to. It's not fancy, it's not clean, it's just functional. And Gallant Thief is down, and now the guide is actually complete, which is pretty good. There is the icon you need. Run towards it, and it should go into cutscene for you. There you go, there's the cutscene. And once again, I'm going to leave the obligatory stats at the end to show you what this performance ran, and you know what I got. The main reason I do it is because it shows you that the difficulty was elite. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Once again, I'm sorry that this is not out sooner. I thought I'd uploaded it, I sincerely did. And you take care now.